Hi everybody, I know it's been a long time since I have posted and I'm sorry about that. Um, I've just not been able to find the right time when I'm alone to make videos. Life has been pretty hectic. But if you have not seen me before, my name is Heather and I am dating a man with Asperger's, and I am trying to give a real raw experience of what my experience is like dating a man with Asperger's. And I'm in the hot tub, so please forgive me. I just happened to be alone and thought I would make a video while I'm out here. So, anyways, so life has been really tough. A lot of the things that people said was going to happen in our relationship has happened now, and he is much shorter with me than he used to be. He's not near as patient as he used to be. He has a lot of meltdowns. Sorry, I keep coughing. He has a lot of meltdowns, and you know, there are things that sometimes I will say, or sometimes other people will say, and it will trigger him, and he will suddenly, within seconds, be having a meltdown and turn into a complete grown child, is the nicest way to say it. When he gets in those kind of moods, it's very black and white. He can't see reason. You cannot speak to him like a person. He is completely delusional, pretty much. He's stuck in this trauma of whatever he is visualizing. And I made a comment about the fact that he cuddles his kids yesterday, and he immediately flipped out for hours, saying that I was accusing him of basically molesting his kids. And I'm like, that's not at all what I said. But he got triggered, and from that moment on, wanted nothing to do with me, and slept in different rooms. And I want to be very honest with people. I don't want to lie. I don't want to sugarcoat things. I have spent a lot of time sleeping by myself, crying myself to sleep. And there's a few reasons that I'm starting to learn that that is happening. One, I'm an emotional person, and when I'm hurt, I cry. That's just how I handle my emotions. But something that he continues to say to me, that in that moment I get triggered, and I don't always have the patience that I should, and that's something that we are talking about, and I need to make myself a lot more aware. So this is it. When he's having a meltdown, when he is in that moment, he's explained to me that he has moods, his mood swings, and there are times he just kind of gets in this depressed mood. And the weird thing is, I sometimes don't even recognize these moods. He can be perfectly fine in my eyes 1 minute. I say one thing the wrong way, or I mention something that I word it wrong, or he doesn't like the tone of my voice. And if he's in some sort of a bad mood that I'm not even aware of, he can instantly, very quickly, turn to a completely different person. Storms out, starts saying really, really hurtful things, and treats me extremely disrespectfully. It's it's like when he gets to that point, he just lets loose, and anything that comes through his mind, he says to me, because I'm the closest one to him. So somewhere in his brain, he feels that it is okay and safe to say these things to me. And I don't agree. I'm not backing that up. I'm just telling you what happens. So something that I am learning that we are trying to work on as a couple is when he's acting off, or I can tell that he seems upset, I want to say anxiety, I really need to just let him be, let him go calm down, and not take it personally. And remind myself, he's not a normal person. I keep wanting to compare him to normal guys and be like, oh no, you're not going to talk to me like that. Oh no, I'm not going to accept that treatment. Oh no, I'm not going to allow you to do this to me again. But something that I have to remind myself is he's not a normal person. He has autism. And every autistic kid or person will handle that in different ways. And even today, when I got home from work, we were talking about this kind of stuff. And it was a good conversation, calm. And the whole time, he's facing forward, away from me, kind of facing the other direction, and stemming, hitting his head over and over and over and over and over. And just kind of, he kept moving around, and it just seemed really agitated. And I was like, are you okay? And he said he just has a lot of energy, has a hard time sitting still this long, and he does so many things that just constantly reminds me he is not a normal guy. Like, he is not a normal guy. And I have to constantly remind myself I can't compare him to other guys that I know. I can't expect him to behave the way other guys should behave. I have to basically tell him, this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you not to do. This hurts my feelings when you do this. There's a bug. He is completely unaware of all this. He gets really mad very quickly when he looks at my face, and he just automatically assumes I'm mad, that I'm pissed off, that I'm so pissed off. And most of the time, what's happening is I can tell he's in an off mood, and I'm standing there trying to figure out the best thing to say, the best way to handle it, so that I don't say the wrong thing and say something I'm going to regret or trigger him more, or, and I'm just taking a quick moment to consider my words. And he looks over at me, sees that look of like, at the moment I'm shocked. He's usually being a jerk, and in my head, I immediately have that, I cannot believe he's talking to me that way, and I don't know what to say, and he will just get really mad easily. Now, I know this is kind of a scatterbrained video, and I'm really sorry. I'm trying not to cough. I keep coughing for weeks now, and I'm trying to be completely honest about what I'm going through. I have had a lot of emotional crap that he's put me through. I want to say the bad part, and then I'll say the good part. So, I'm now on antidepressants to help me not cry as much. He doesn't value our relationship the same way that I do. And things that mean a lot to me, he just doesn't even really think much of. Like being intimate, for example. Like, he could easily go 3 or 4 weeks. Doesn't faze him. And he's perfectly fine to cuddle and, be close, but he doesn't want to kiss. And he doesn't want intimacy. Now, this is a tension in our relationship because I'm not okay with that. And I don't want to be roommates. And so we're constantly trying to revise that. But I value spending time together, for instance. And I'll get home from work and I'll be like, we've got 3 hours, maybe 4, 5 if we stay up really late for a work schedule. And how are we going to fill those hours if we don't have kids and we actually have a chance to spend time together? We don't have somewhere to go. This is a great opportunity to be intimate, watch some TV together, cuddle, whatever. Maybe it's go fishing. And it will not even really cross his mind. He will be like, oh, I want to read my book. Oh, maybe we should go like tonight. I haven't, been close for quite a while. And I asked him, what are we going to do tonight? And he knew that I was really wanting to be intimate. And he said, it's beautiful outside. We should go fishing. He's like checking his phone to look at what time sundown is and how many hours do we have before the sun goes down that we can even fish. And it's like it doesn't even faze him that this is our time to spend together and you want to go fishing. I like to fish. We love to fish. That's something we do together, but fishing is not touching and being close and being intimate. And he just doesn't get that. He's completely delusional to that. These are things in our relationship that makes it really hard sometimes to talk and really hard to, we have a lot of fights over these things. And I go through moments where I feel like, why am I doing this to myself? Why don't I leave? Why am I still here? Why would anybody do this to themselves? I must really hate myself to stay here and let him treat me this way. And when I say that, I'm talking, in those evenings that we're fighting and I'm crying. And he does not understand crying. He does not get it. Crying to him, he feels like it's manipulative. He feels like it's controlling. He feels like I'm just crying to get my way, to throw a tantrum, to make him feel bad. He doesn't understand that I'm crying because I'm hurting. I'm crying because you broke my heart. I'm crying because you were mean to me. I'm crying because I can't believe you treated me this way. To him, it's all nonsense, and he doesn't understand the reason to cry. He doesn't get it. He just has no empathy whatsoever at all. And I know that there's a lot of people that talk about their Aspies you know, usually their exes at this point, and they say how they had no empathy and that they never understood crying. And now I get it. I totally get it. When I cry, especially when I cry hard, which when I'm really hurt, I will cry really hard, it causes so much anxiety in him. And anxiety makes him push away from me, not close to me. And when he hears me cry, he doesn't feel bad. He doesn't want to come hold me and make me feel better. He wants to get as far away from me as he possibly can, which is really hurtful because it's the last thing that I want when I'm crying. But he does not understand that. Now, this video is getting much longer than I meant, and I will go into why I stay and why I still stand to my belief that this far outweighs the bad. And a lot of people might disagree with me, and they might say, absolutely not, he should be perfect at all times. But here's my reasoning. No one's perfect. There's going to be personality conflicts, and we definitely have different values when it comes to things, because socially he doesn't understand what's right, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate to him. Things that are appropriate to him are not appropriate to me. We disagree on some things that are very big deals to me, and we have fights about that at times. And you know, everybody has bad moods. Everybody can be a jerk at times. Everybody can be short and say things that they don't mean. Maybe not as frequently as someone with Asperger's, but when he is himself, which is most of the time, he is the most genuine person I've ever met. Never have to question how he feels. I never have to question if he likes me. Never have to question if he loves me. I never have to question where he is. I never have to question if he's texting anybody, because he uses his phone right in front of me and there's no secrets at all. And if I ask to look at his phone, he will let me. He doesn't text anyone but me and his ex-wife, only about his kids. I never have to question if he's saying something to me that he doesn't mean. He's the most genuine, sincere person. Sometimes almost painfully too honest in what he says. He doesn't realize some things are rude, and he just blurts them out because he's so sincere. But when he holds me, when he puts his arms around me and he strokes my hair and he holds me so close to his chest, I have never had anybody love me like this before. He knows what I need. He knows what's important to me. He knows what my love language is. He's very aware at what makes me happy, and he spends a good deal of his time trying to make me happy. And I have spent a good portion of my life with guys that didn't give a shit about me, didn't give a shit about making me happy, and didn't even try. When we fight and I want to walk away, all he talks about is why we shouldn't break up, why we need to stay together. He's the most committed person I've ever met. How do you walk away from someone like that? How do you walk away from somebody that looks at you with the most sincere face you've ever seen? Just times that I catch glimpses of him, he doesn't even realize I see this in him. And I catch glimpses of him, and it's like I see the child in him. This innocent, childlike love. It's like pure love. Yesterday, we were sitting in the living room, and he was on lunch, and we had eaten our lunch, and he was curled up in my arms. I had my arm around him, and he curled his head into my chest like a little kid, kind of, and leaned his cheek against my chest, and I just looked down at him with his eyes closed, and it makes me catch my breath at how sincere everything he does is. To see this little boy, man, curled up in my chest, the most trusting, loving face. It just makes your heart stop beating. There's lots of moments like that. Hundreds. And I see this look on his face, and I instantly know I will never find this again. I will never find somebody that loves me that purely again. So, anyways, this is getting way longer than I meant. I'm going to sign sorry, I'm going to sign off and get something to drink. I will make more videos, but I just wanted to let people know how I'm doing and what is going on. So anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying May and the weather as it's getting warmer. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.